always been a big fan of Circle, and I might ask them, I might audition. I'm a little scared to do theater at the present moment because of my financial situation and money that I owe to the government. I'm not going to lie to people. I told you I wouldn't lie. And I'm a little afraid. I know this sounds crazy, but I don't really know if I can trust the theaters that know me. You know what I mean? Like Circle knows me. Stage West knows me. Casa doesn't know me that well. Casa Manana doesn't, not really. There's people that I know what's going on with me, because of my 3 children and my ex-wife. But Circle definitely knows me. Hip Pocket knows me. Runway kind of knows me a little bit. Runway's out in Grapevine. It's a theater too. Runway Theater, Hip Pocket Theater, Circle Theater. Those are the big ones.
Police reported ahead. And
you have to just be kind of like, I got the vlog. I got one bird in the stone. I'm sorry, one bird in the hand. Sorry, one bird in the hand. Not one bird in the stone. That's killed 2 birds with 1 stone. That's a different thing. I've got 1 bird in the hand. Is that better than 2 in the bush, And the answer is, sometimes we go after those 2 birds. But if I did a theater show, it would help the vlog. It would help the vlog, and I've certainly thought about it. Now, I did sign up to a new theater that was out in Carrollton when I was there to do the Scottish play, which is the word I don't ever say. It's a Shakespeare play. I always say McBird. There's another play called McBird that's like the other word, but I don't say it because it's a Scottish curse. We just say the Scottish play. Jerry Russell taught me that. It's one word you don't want to say unless you're doing the play. If you're doing Shakespeare, the play, you can say that word. You can. Shakespeare allows it. But he doesn't want you to say it in any other fashion. Now, if another crew member says it, they have to walk backwards onto the stage, spin around 3 times, do something with salt. It's a very weird thing. We had to do it one time when we did Streetcar because someone was talking about the Scottish play and they said McBird, which was something else. A street sign line thing, what's it called? A street post, a lamp post. It was called a lamp post. It was a lamp post in A Streetcar Named Desire, and it fell over almost onto Eddie Zaratucci, Eddie Zaratucci ran into it, a bunch of other actors, and it fell over, and I was playing Stanley at the time. I'm surprised I didn't get hit by the street lamp. It was a fake street lamp that fell over. So we made Johnny Martin walk backwards on the stage and spin around and do all this stuff or was it Aaron Horde? It may have been Aaron Horde that said it. But anyway, someone had to walk backwards and spin around. It was one of the actors at Texas Wesleyan. Aaron Horde knew how to undo the curse. So I think it was Johnny that said it. But anyway, Johnny was out on stage when the street lamp fell over on stage. We also lost electricity one night in the middle of the show. Well, actually, it was towards the end of the last act. Right when I go in to face Blanche, when she's doing her makeup, and I walk in after Stella goes to the hospital to have the baby, and I walk in. I say something when I walk in. It's a line where I say, you don't want to throw your pearls of swine, that kind of thing. And then we ended up breaking a champagne bottle, literally. A fake one is a candy glass champagne bottle. And then there's the whole attack, you're tigress! That whole scene. But that was done, and we had to use a candle light because we had no light at all. We'd have done the whole scene in black. But little did we know, the lady Blanche, who should have won, she should have won Iron Ryan. It went to Stella and it went to Stanley, which was me. But it should have went to Blanche, for sure. April Brown didn't deserve that award at all. That was for Blanche DeBois, for sure. And there was a big fight over the whole thing. And April and I got in a big fight. April came to my dorm room and said, "We know who gave you your Irene Ryan." And she was serious. She was mad. She was mad because she knew that Blanche DeBois deserved it. I don't remember that lady's name that played Blanche DeBois. I just remember who played Stella. It was April Brown because we had a love affair. And I said, who? She said, "Ken Stilson gave you the award for the Irene Ryan." And I said, okay. Well, Ken Stilson's our teacher. He's an important person, you know. He gave us, you know, so he gave the award to me. Well, the out-of-state one, the one that came out from out of state for the Southwest Theater Conference, whatever. That one was given to, from my Irene run was given to me by him. I was like, okay, does it matter? You can have it. Give it to Stella. I mean, she was Stella. Give it to Blanche then. No, it's in your name. You're going to get it, blah, blah, blah. And there was crying and gnashing of teeth. It's freaking Irene Ryan. I never even used it anyway. I had to go in for rehab for about 2 weeks, and I wasn't able to go to Washington, D.C., the Kennedy Center. I was going to do Orphans with Carrie. I really wanted to do it with Philip. And then Carrie and I were going to perform in the Kennedy Center. He was going to play, just kind of made me mad. He that role wasn't good for him. He was going to play Philip, and I was going to play Treat in Orphans, and we were going to do it in front of the Kennedy Center. We never got to do it. And Carrie was quite the brat. He had a lot of attitude. There were some theater students there that had attitudes. Carrie was quite the brat. But we never did it, and I just took some time off from Wesleyan after that. I ended up not finishing my degree at Wesleyan. I ended up leaving Texas Wesleyan. I ended up going to UNT and finally finishing my degree in 2000. And that's when I said, forget all this, I'm going to Hollywood. Because there's only so much you can do in your hometown. You know, I've been here for 23 years. Since I returned back in 2003 and got settled in. And since then, I've been trying to be a teacher. And I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to get the job. I don't know the person to get the job. So it's just this job, telemarketing job. Now I'm being garnished, and it's almost impossible. I mean, I have to do these deliveries. You know, it's very difficult. It's a crazy world that we live in, and I don't think it's right. And I do disagree with abortion. I think women should be locked up for having abortions. Yes, hello. I think it's murder. How are you today? Yes, hello.
I'm good. How are you?
Do y'all have any specials?
Not right now. I'm sorry.
What about something that's affordable?
Affordable? We have the double cheese and small fry.
Do you have anything that's healthy?
No.
Have a tangy barbecue sauce?
6-piece?
Yeah, 6-piece nugget.
And what the big sauce?
And 2 baskets of fries.
You said what?
Y'all have barbecue sauce?
Yes.
Let's do the barbecue.
Anything else?
We're good. And she's laughing at me. I said, you don't have anything healthy? And she said no. I'm not going to lie. They have salads. My second wife, Angel, and I, we would meet here. When she left for 2 weeks, she would meet. Not this one. It was the one in Grand Prairie. But we'd meet with the kids would be there, and I'd get salads. True story. Hi. And you put the tangy in there, or the barbecue? Okay. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. All right, we're in a quaint little neighborhood right off Aberdeen Drive in the Benbrook area. Gilbert, I got a friend named James Gilbert. I've acted with him several times. He's a great actor. He's out there in Hollywood too, making little movies. He's great. He makes them on, I think it's called Venmo? Or is that the Cash App? There's Vimeo. Yeah, Vimeo. It's the alternate to YouTube. Vimeo, something like that. Anyway, it's a platform they use to upload movies. So he's doing really good. He was on Documentary Now and Terriers. He's a great actor. I don't see why he's not an icon. It just drives me crazy. Okay, maybe I can change that. All right, we are headed to Pizza Hut. It'll be there 6.4 miles, 14 minutes, and 7:47 p.m. They don't care for you, do they, kitty? Oh well. Mangy cat, man. Laying in the street, though, they probably give him catnip and maybe some Friskies. You know what I hate about people the most? Is when they wait for you to find the word. That's what I hate the most about people, if you want me to know the truth. It's when they listen for the word. When you begin to speak, they begin to judge you, and I hate that the most. If you forget a word, they wait and listen. I hate that about them. They shouldn't have to know anything. Here's Polito's over here. I hate people that judge. This is Polito's right here. It's not the restaurant as much as it is like a little warehouse for Polito's. Or it used to be. Yeah, Polito's. I worked for them one summer, one time. Their chips are like cheetah corn chips. They're like Fritos. Okay, we got it. Fritos. They're like Fritos. Okay. Look at that right there. Some old school cars. I hate when they listen for you to complete a sentence. They shouldn't have to hear anything you say. It shouldn't matter. You make music when you speak. An actor makes music when they speak. The words don't matter. They'll never matter. It doesn't matter what you say. You don't have to say anything. It doesn't matter. It just comes out music. You know, what difference does it make? They say art has no content. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares if art has content or not? Who cares? All right, we're going to Pizza Hut. We'll be there in 6 miles. It'll be in 12 minutes, 7:48 p.m. on the arrival. As in post-meridium. Someone doing the ride share. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I don't know if that was ride share or not. It didn't look good, but oh well. This is I haven't even seen this. Fiego Burger. Right off Benbrook, Highway 377. They've got a Blends Barbershop. Mr. Bakery Donuts, DFW Disc. I have no idea what that is. Tobacco, it's tobacco. This is Fiego Burger, Metro, and then some kind of Mexican food place. And then Stop Mart right there. wonder if that's Zeus. No, Zeus is a darker dog. Dogs are really smart to have in situations like that. Having a dog with you, very smart move. You know, if you can get yourself a dog, that's a very good thing, because that dog can defend your life against anyone, regardless of where they went to school or academy, regardless of who they want to hunt down and kill. That dog will protect them. They put a dog on a street corner all around this country, every single cop would be taken out in one night. In one night. Because they can use those dogs to make a disruption. And they can have Overwatch. For an example, if there's a dog on this corner right here with a man with a dog, they can have an Overwatch sniper right up there. When that dog attacks somebody, the police will be forced to be called. When the police show up, Overwatch does his job to protect that dog and the person that has that dog. They can take out the whole country with using dogs. It's what the Nazis did in Germany, only this would be defense. The Nazis used German Shepherds to get their way on a lot of things. You can use any dog you want to defend yourself and your country and take them all out in one night. Because if those dogs begin to attack a citizen, that's bait for the cops. The cops have to respond to that dog. When they go and get that dog, that's when the cop gets taken out. It's a trap that would happen in one night. It's called one night out, or they call it dog night out. That's you know how they did Operation Showtime? Remember Operation Showtime for David Koresh? This would be called Dog Night Out. It'd be the night of the dogs. We release the dogs of war. That's what they call it. Dogs of war. Starting with these guys right here. Defend your family against those pigs. And use dogs. Use dogs. At every corner. Make sure your dog bites a citizen so that it's called, and that's when it starts. Because they'll respond to get that dog. Have Overwatch somewhere. You can even fake the bite and call. It'll be called Dog Night Out. Have Overwatch and take them out. Every corner. Use the corners and have dogs. Preferably German Shepherds are dogs that are obedient to their masters. Even Dalmatians will work. But use those as the bait. When they come after the dog, snipe. It's a dog bite. Right there. Rob Vasquez's dog, Kane, bit me right there. It hurts, even when I use a screwdriver. He also bit me on the thigh right here. He bit Dana Schultez on the butt. The dog did. The dog, Kane, is now dead. I had to report it to the police. And they had to go and ask him to put a muzzle on the dog. Because the dog was wild. Wouldn't stop barking. Probably don't want to use poodles though, because poodles don't do a lot of damage, but they can do a little bit of damage. You know, when Angela Gant was attacked by that assaulting BASTARD, assaulting butthole in Spanish Harlem, probably who knows what kind of person it was. Her poodles, her lap dogs, they were right by her side the entire time. They obediently, they probably barked at him as he beat her nearly to death, and they stayed right by her side. True story. Yep. Even those dogs can help a little bit. They'll help protect your family. No one out pizzas the Hut. Huh. What that means? No one out Pizza the Hut. No one out Pizzas the Hut. All right, so you get feeds 2, $21.99. It's a large topping, 5 cheese sticks, and 8 boneless wings. You can do feeds 4 for $31.99. Large 1 topping, medium 1 topping pizza, 10 cheese sticks, and 8 boneless wings. You can feed 6 of them for 2 large 1 topping pizzas for 10 cheese sticks, 8 boneless wings, $38.99. And it's a family special. You can do up to 35% savings on it. Pizza Hut. All right. Well, I've done that a long time ago. I'm an actor. We all do that. I appreciate it. I also do music. I do music too. So I'm in Camp Bowie area. This is Texas official historical medallion. It's an Arlington Heights. I gotta take this thing off right here. I'll start over. Texas official historical medallion, Arlington Heights, Lodge number 1184. It's an AF and AM. It's chartered on December 9th of 1921. And Arlington Heights Lodge number 1184 is located on land donated by lodge members W.C. Stone Street and F.H. Sparrow. This building is designed by lodge member John C. Davis in 1885 through 1963, was dedicated January 5th, 1923. The classical revival structure with strong Greek temple influence features pedimented gables, brick pilasters with stone capitals, round arch, upper windows, and entry stone motif details, and art glass transoms. It's a recorded Texas historic landmark of 1987. It's as old as 1921. And that's why it kind of sticks out when you look at it. This is a 1921 building. Right before the Great Depression, which happened 10 years later. So when this was erected, it was good times. There was a lot of drinking, a lot of speakeasies. People were dancing, had flapper dresses. They were doing the Charleston. Lots of partying all along in Fort Worth. Everybody was partying. In 1931, everyone was starving to death. People starved to death on the street in 1931, just like they'll do in 2031. People will starve to death on the street in 2031. The Great Depression's coming. And this is great right here. This is all from the 20s. But it won't happen to everyone. Only to some. To the ones that deserve it. There's going to be a symbol on this too, coming up. It's Arlington Heights, number 1184. It has the Masonic symbol. And this is AF and AM, charted December 19th. It's 1921. AL 5921. Officers are Chas W. Lanny WM, WC Timmons SW, and Frank Wortham JW. The Frank Sparrow, WC Stone Street, and AE Hartman are people that were behind it. And it's Masonic. It's a lodge. Still around since the 20s. These are kind of secret, and you usually have to be invited. They have symbols, cornerstones. The contractor was W.L. Cox contractor. The stone laid by Sam P. Cochran, PGM, May 23rd, 1922. AD, they put the AD before the date. It's a historic site. It's off of Ray Street and Dexter. If you're familiar with this area, Ray and Dexter. There's a Domino's pizza place that used to be a gas station right next door. the back entrance. Arlington Heights, Lodge 1184. Stated meeting is on second Tuesday of the month. So they meet Tuesday of the month. Every second Tuesday. I didn't know Cox was a Masonic name. One of my neighbors in Keller, their last name was Cox. They actually put my dad in jail for going over there and asking for my daughter. They went over there and asking for his daughter. Jack Cox is 1956. Yeah, my father was asking for his daughter back. They wouldn't give her over, and so he pulled the neighbor's father out, and they got in a fight. They held a gun on my dad against a tree, and my dad called for help, and the police showed up and put him in jail for the night. He wasn't drinking, but he was just very mad. He got in a fight with the neighbor for carousing or for fighting or for assault or whatever you call it, disturbing the peace and getting mad for whatever reason. It happened in Keller, though. But I didn't know Cox was a Masonic name. They had a friend named Ryan Cox that his dream was to be an actor. Thought that was an interesting kind of thing. It's what he wanted to be more than anything. I don't know what he does, though. He's into computers or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But the last name was Cox. They were our neighbors. They gave my dad a lot of trouble. They also called the EPA on my dad's business. My dad had a business that was a refinery of jewelry, and they called EPA on him too. Those Masonics, man, I'm gonna tell you, that's a Masonic lodge right there. That is First Presbyterian. I've been there before. I went on a Christian mingle date there one time right after Angel left me. The lady's name was Elizabeth Barnes, and she married a Puerto Rican and had a daughter with a Puerto Rican, and they went to church there. And there's a big wedding. They had a big wedding there. I don't think Barnes was in it, but it was somebody that she knew that was getting married. First Presbyterian. She's kind of an interesting lady. Very pretty, very quiet. She goes there to the First Presbyterian. They actually take real wine during communion, and they use communion and bread. They're pretty classy. But that's the First Presbyterian on Camp Bowie. Pretty cool. I went there on a Christian mingle date. That's why I mentioned it. It says All Saints Presbyterian Church. So it's All Saints Presbyterian Church. I don't know if it's the first one, but it's one of the first. Look at the ivy. Yeah, it's All Saints Presbyterian Church. All right, we are at Pizza Hut, and we're gonna go and take your pizza 3.2 miles, 11 minutes. We'll be there at 8:29 p.m. post-meridian on the arrival. Pizza Hut coming to your doorstep. This time I went to All Saints Presbyterian. I parked like right over there. It's pretty nice. I like the minister. The minister is pretty, level-headed and considerate and compassionate. I might go back for a sermon and take communion. It's a really good church. Tom, tell you.